Hello, everybody, and welcome to A Heart of Trail, a transplant story. And I'm Roger Anderson, your host. And today is a little bit of an interesting day. If I think I told you in the last video that Jeep had a little bit of problem, and so it is going in tomorrow morning to have a new motor put in it, and going to get a complete rebuild on the motor, a Jasper's motor. But meanwhile, there's a couple things I wanted to show you. And the neat thing is that when it comes back, I've got several things for it. First off, behind me here, let's see if I can get it in there. You'll see some boxes, and we've got a brand new front bumper to go on, and we're gonna have a new winch going on it. Got a brand new radiator with a new fan shroud, all aluminum, ready to go in. I've got brand new front shocks, Skyjacker front shocks. And then down here on the ground, see if I can get it down here. Down here on the ground, you're going to see a couple more boxes. We have the Skyjacker springs. They're the dual rate springs. So it's going to be a little bit softer ride when we're just going down the road, but it'll still have that stiffness to come back and when we're actually out playing. And then I actually have a radiator for my truck, and my truck's back. Whoops, sorry. My truck's back there, and found out it has a leak in it. When we take it out on these back roads, you get stuff coming up and hitting the radiator, and kind of tweak things a little bit. So we get that, and so it's going to be really exciting here. They said it's going to be a week, maybe 2 weeks, that they're going to have the Jeep down. When we get it back, we're really excited. As you know, we've got the new Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk, which is actually just going to be my wife's daily driver, and it'll still be able to run a little bit. It's got 4-wheel drive, and we'll be able to go out and play a little bit on that. But mainly our 2011 Rubicon. It's a Black Ops edition, and that's going to be our main toy to play in. So we've got a lot going on, and when things get busy, we kind of forget about other things. I was talking to a couple guys today at the ball field. I was out playing softball this morning. I got a game tonight, but I was out playing softball this morning. I was talking to a couple of guys, and we were talking about, I think I mentioned change, good, bad. It's all about attitude. But one of the things that comes with a heart transplant and the different changes there are, you got to take each day one day at a time. I've got always seem to have doctor's appointments. There are a few things that go good and bad. One of the things lately is with the diabetes, trying to keep that in line where it's supposed to be. And unfortunately, right now, it's I tend to have a few lows, especially at night. My overall numbers are really good, and but you get to play with it. So when you wake up in the middle of the night with a low blood sugar, it kind of makes it tough, and the rest of the day kind of makes it hard. But when you look at each day and you say, hey, what fun are we going to have today? What's it going to be? And you can always find something. Christy and I went up to Portland over the 4th of July weekend, and just get away, have some fun, another adventure. Basically, it was, hey, what do we want to do? So I told my wife, I said, hey, I'm going to give you till tomorrow to say what direction we're going in. Then you'll let me know. So we packed up. She said, we're going north. So we went up to Portland, and we had a great time. We ended up going to Astoria for actually on the 4th for the day. Had lunch out on the water. It was just beautiful. We We actually came back before it got dark and before the fireworks started, and we're kind of glad we did. Coming back from Astoria, we had a lot of traffic going the opposite way, everybody going to the coast to watch the fireworks. And we got back and we just relaxed, had a nice dinner, and just relaxed back in the motel room. And it was really nice. We didn't have a lot of noise. No fireworks were allowed at the motel, so that was nice. My dog, which was one of the reasons we wanted to get out of here, doesn't like fireworks. Kind of not real a fan of them myself sometimes. Growing up, it was all about fireworks on the 4th of July, but as I got older, that's not the way it is anymore. But was talking to the guys today, and most of them were talking about, just kind of hunkering down and staying quiet and just being nice and peaceful. And it reminded me of a couple things. And one of the things I wanted to share with you is that I have a young man up here in the Grants Pass area who went in Monday down to Stanford for evaluation for heart transplant. He just, I believe, graduated high school, got accepted to college, but his heart's gone bad. And real good friends of ours. They know the family, and I had met the family when the young man was younger. And it just makes you think each and every day is special. It's kind of hard when you actually know somebody who's going to be going through what I've gone through, and knowing the struggles that are going to come. And it makes you reflect on where you've been, what you've been doing. I haven't had the opportunity to talk to the young man since I found out. Our mutual friends that are really close gave him my phone number, told him if he needs to reach out, and I'm more than willing to talk. But when it happens to a young person, it really, really is heart wrenching. So that's kind of a little bit what I'm feeling now. Kind of getting a little emotional thinking about it. And I'm just going to ask all you who do watch and get on is to send a little prayer up for this young man. And I'm not going to say his name, but just think about him, send a prayer up, because we really want to be behind this young man and the family, especially the family. It's really hard. Not too long ago, we had a young man in church, 18, and he ended up getting bone cancer in his arm. And, it was really hard on the family, especially mom, because they're supposed to be protecting and realize there's nothing you can do. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to ask you guys each to send up a prayer, and just for everybody involved, be with the doctors, to be with the family, the siblings, everybody. And I just want to thank you in advance for doing that. I know our Lord is good, and everything's done for a reason. But as we get farther here into July, and the weather has just been, it's been warm. It's been in the 90s, high 90s the last couple of days, and got the air conditioning going inside. The dog seems to be wanting to sit on the bed right in front of the air conditioning all day. Right now, I think he's actually under the trailer because he wanted to be outside with me. And it's just the different things going on. But just remember the people around you. You never know what they're going through. I would encourage you to encourage them and give the support that they need. Give them the love, and it might just be a kind word. It might be just a pat on the shoulder saying, "Hey, thinking about you." It might be a text, a call. All those things really help. And I know when I was probably, things were the hardest for me, it would be those texts from my brother. It'd be a call where I got to talk to my nephew that just really would brighten up my day. And believe me, when you're taking all the medications after transplant, all the prednisone and everything, All of that really helps. And whatever you're going through or whatever your friends are going through, just tell them, hey, what do you need? Is it just a kind word? Is it just a for me to sit there and be with you? I know one of the patient's son that was in the hospital with me. I saw him just walking back and forth in the halls. He was so worried about his mom, and I just asked him to take time and say, "Hey, do you want me to walk with you?" Now I'm the guy who just had the heart transplant, and I just said, "Hey, let's, join me in my walk around the hallways that I'm supposed to be doing here." And it was really special. And it's just those little things that can help. And the support of friends, the support of people I didn't even know who I found out were praying for me, makes a difference in life, in everyday situations, the little things. And as we get ready to do some changes here with the Jeep, uh, new bumpers, winches, radiators, springs, shocks, and probably a few more things along the way. Um, I just think of the change and how fun it can be and how exciting. Now I'm doing everything but the motor myself, so I'm hoping to bring you along on the journey when I'm putting on the bumper, and the radiator is going to get put in by the company putting in the guys putting in the motor, but everything else is going to be me here in the driveway at the RV park, and hope you'll join me and have some fun. Just want to encourage you, get out, have an adventure. What is your heart telling you your next adventure should be? Because whether it's just taking a drive, hey, I got to tell you, we had so much fun, and I just told my wife, pick a direction. We didn't have reservations anywhere, nothing. We just jumped in the new vehicle and drove. Where we stopped, we were going to find a motel. We were just, and we had a blast. And it's just those kind of fun adventures that can make life worth living. So God bless, and we'll see you next time.